Welcome to this presentation in Arousal in Sports Performance, delivered by myself, Callum Moss. Arousal in sports performance is becoming a hot topic within sports psychology, but why is that? It is a critical issue, as arousal can affect our physical performance and therefore our technical and tactical performance, meaning that it can impede our physiological and psychological potential within competition. Our arousal levels are regulated and associated with our emotions, product of our cognitive thoughts in response to the environment in which we perform and the stimuli within that environment. Depending on our arousal levels, we can produce positive or negative performance and outcomes associated with that performance, such as levels of anxiety. When we experience anxiety, our performance levels are impacted tremendously, both physically and mentally. Physically speaking, our muscular tension could be impacted, which impedes our abilities such as coordination. Mentally speaking, our attention levels could be impacted, which impedes our concentration levels. But at the same time, our arousal levels will affect people in different ways, and athletes do have different ways of dealing with arousal, and there are different ways of them experiencing it. This is what we will be hoping to discuss in the following chapters. So a little bit about myself. My name is Callum Moss and I am a qualified sports scientist with specialisations and interests in psychology, management and leadership and coaching methodologies. I'm also a qualified and experienced football coach and an educator working predominantly in community settings, and my career has seen me work at several clubs, associations and universities across the world in England, Scotland, the United States and in Norway. So the following videos will cover the following. In Chapter 1, we will firstly address the general definition of arousal, aiming to create a reference for the term to be used in the following chapters. Chapters 2 to 4 will be looking at a step-by-step process of the physiological and psychological processes of arousal, from cognition through to the nervous system. Chapters 5 to 9 will look at the theories behind arousal in sports performance and the assumptions behind those theories, along with some case studies to put them into better perspective. Within these chapters, we'll also look at a byproduct of those theories, choking. And in chapters 10 and 11, we will look at improvements and decrements in arousal in sports performance levels, such as outcomes of arousal in attentional focus and anxiety. So without further ado, I invite you to the next chapter, where we will look at the general definition of arousal.